Come on, let's give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is. The Lord is good all the time, and all the time, the Lord is good. We're so thankful this morning for you because we should give thanks. The Lord is good. Come on. Oh, give thanks. The Lord is good. Yes, he is good all the time. Let us pray. Lord, I thank you for another day that you are good and have shown us your goodness. Thank you so much, Lord, for preparing the way for us, because we know that sometimes we forget, but we must always recognize you and how good you are, because we want to give thanks today for your goodness, for your loving kindness, for your mercy, because you are good. Come on. The Lord is good. Yes, he is. The Lord is good. All righty. We're going to go straight to the word of the Lord today. I hope that you are having a great time in Jesus, because I definitely am. Sometimes you have to just accept the things that God has given us, that it's the best, and not try to go further than where you are and make a situation altogether different because you're focusing on someone else. Just focus on the goodness of the Lord and all the things that he has done. We're going to be in the book of Exodus 16 this morning. And you're familiar with the story of how the Israelites were in the wilderness and how the Lord took care of them. So Exodus 16 verse 14 says, "When the dew was gone, thin flakes like frost on the ground appeared on the desert floor. When the Israelites saw it, they said to each other, 'What is it?' For they did not know what it was. Moses said to them, 'It is the bread the Lord has given you to eat. This is what the Lord has commanded. Everyone is to gather as much as they need. Take 1 omer for each person you have in your tent.' Verse 17, the Israelites did as they were told. Some gathered much, some little. And when they measured it by the omer, the one who gathered much did not have too much, and the one who gathered little did not have too little. Everyone had gathered just as much as they needed." And my topic for today is situations of just enough. Situations of just enough. Have you ever been in a situation where you had just enough? I know many of us have. We've all been in some situation where when it was done, said, over, you had just enough. See, just enough for the lights, just enough for the water, just enough for the other utilities, just enough for food, just enough for gas, just enough in your bank account, just enough to close on the house, just enough to get the position you've been wanting, just enough. We have all been in situations of just enough. But the good thing about it is that God deals in the present tense. He deals in the present tense so we can focus on what's in front of us today, our just enough situation today, and let tomorrow take care of itself. And as our prayer, we pray to God, give us this day our daily bread. Give us what we need right now, because I know when you do it today, you're going to do it tomorrow and the day after and the day after. Just what I need today, that's what we should pray for. Because see, I'm good, me here, I am good with just enough. Because see, God knows exactly what we need in that moment. See, he is the God of all, but sometimes he chooses to train us with just enough. See, with the Israelites, not only did manna appear miraculously after the dew, it also had the unusual ability to supply the nutrition that they needed no matter the quantity they collected. See, when they looked at it, they said to themselves, what is this on the ground? And Moses said, this is the bread that God is giving you, and it's only for today. So take just enough of what you need for today. He was instructing them that the Lord had commanded, only take what you need right now. But sometimes we lose our focus and we start to focus on tomorrow and next week when the Lord is saying, I got your just enough situation today, so just focus right here. See, with manna for food, the Israelites had just enough. Because in that 1 omer of bread, it took care of all the vegetables, all the fruit, all the nutrients that they needed for each day. See, just enough, that phrase aptly describes how we experience God, at least most of the time. See, we always go to God with situations and we tell him what we need. But when he acts in the present tense and give us just enough of what we need, we're happy for the moment. Then we turn around and start focusing on tomorrow. But God, I need this for tomorrow. And the Lord is saying, I'm going to train you for just enough. I'm going to train you with just enough. To be sure, there's moments when the Lord can pour out more grace. He can pour out more blessings. He can do that any time that he chooses. But what he needs to do in most situations for us is give us just enough. Because that way we'll have faith in him. We'll begin to believe in him. And we'll know that he's always on time because he's never late. But in many situations, in our just enough, we only have just enough faith for today. We only have just enough faith for this hour. Just enough faith to get the lights paid. Just enough faith to get the gas in the car. See, that's a situation where we personally have to take responsibility for that. Because just enough wisdom for the challenge at the moment is what most of us possess. See, sometimes you need just enough clarity from God to know that we can move forward in obedience. See, sometimes God will hold things back and give you just enough so you can see that he is the God of who he say he is. He is the God that's always there for us. He's always omniscient. He's always there to make sure that our situation of just enough is taken care of just enough so we can begin to trust him for the things that we need. But with just enough, we have to trust him for what he'll do next. Because God is always up to something. And he's always doing a new thing in our lives. But we want to lean back in the future of what happened. We want to lean back and focus on the negative. We want to stay back of what happened when I was here before. But see, God is a just enough God in any situation that whatever we're going through, you can count on it being just enough. Because he's going to see us through it. We can't rely on grace alone and not God. We have to trust him for everything he does. When it seems like he's not showing up, when it seems like he can't hear you, when it seems like he just sitting there and leaving you alone on a rock, he is just enough coming around the corner for your situation. And in our walk of faith, we need to trust him each and every single day. Every single day, because he gives us just enough so that we are richly blessed, but not so we can live without him. See, God knows each and every one of us. He knows our attitudes. He knows our mindset. He knows how we'll get. And if he gives us more than just enough, we'll forget about him. We won't pray like we need to. We won't trust him like we need to. Our faith won't increase because he knows that if he gives us more, in some situations, we'll just totally forget about God and totally forget about where we need to bring ourselves up, where we're deficient in trusting him, where we're deficient in knowing him. So he gives us just enough so he can train us to depend only on him and not on ourselves. See, so many times we've gone through life saying, I'll give God the hard part. and I'll take care of this because I don't need God right now. But I need him in everything. If he is there to make my load lighter, oh Lord, bring it on. Bring on just enough. See, we depend upon God each day for what we need for that very day. That's what we should do. See, the Israelites looked at the little omer on the ground and they said, what in the world is that? They didn't know that each and every day after that day, God was going to give them just enough for each situation, and they had no worry about it. They didn't need to wonder about what was going to happen tomorrow. And like always, we soon discover that God is faithful if we would just trust him. See, Israel was getting there, but when we look at the remainder of the topic, we said in verse 19, then Moses said to them, no one is to keep any of it until morning. Take only what you need. Take just enough for today. Verse 20, however, some of them paid no attention to Moses, and they kept part of it until morning, but it was full of maggots and began to smell. So Moses was angry with them. Each morning everyone gathered as much as they needed, and when the sun grew hot, it melted away. See, some people are always not going to trust the Lord. They're always going to do it their way. Well, yeah, I know the Lord has brought me out last week, but I'm here at a totally different situation today. Well, yeah, I know in the past I could trust God, but I feel like this is too big right now. Yeah, I know God has been there for me and helped me out of a lot of things, but this is too big right now. See, Moses gave them God's commandment. Take only what you need. Take only what you can eat today. And that's just enough. But some thought, well, I will take something, I will eat it, I will hide it, and in the morning when everybody else is scrambling for food, I'm going to pull out what I saved and run it in their face and let them know the Lord is here. But the Lord say, no, I am supplying you with what you need just enough today. Because you're in a situation where I'm trying to increase your faith. I'm trying to get you to trust me that I will take you every step of the way. So I'm going to give you just enough each day. Just enough. So in the morning when the sun come up, I'm going to answer your prayers that you've been praying all night. When the sun come up, I'm going to answer everything that you need. Because once it's done, it's done. And whatever that situation is just going to melt away. So when they got up and they saw bread on the ground every single day, they realized there's no need of me trying to save something for tomorrow and it ruins. There's no need of me focusing on tomorrow because it's going to be ruined. There's no need of us taking our focus off of God in our just enough situation and worrying about some things that we have no control over. Because God is saying, I am your just enough God right now. See, you ought to receive from the Lord whatever your situation. Because just enough is around the corner from all of us. Whatever we need from the Lord, no matter if you have nothing left, no matter if your pockets are empty, it doesn't matter if you just made it to the driveway. You are in that just enough situation. You have to keep going, keep trusting, increase your faith, and know that the Lord has you. So you got to ask yourself, why does the Lord give me just enough? Why do he just comes up and when he does, it's just one of them just enough situations? Why am I looking around and saying, why? This doesn't make any sense. It came out to be just enough. Just when I thought he wasn't going to show up. Just when I thought I was all alone. He came into my just enough situation to show me that I can trust him. He's here to show us that each day that we can trust him in those just enough situations. Don't be afraid. Don't get upset. Don't become fearful. Don't do nothing drastic because the Lord is right there in your situations of just enough. Be blessed, and I'll see you next week. And remember, the Lord deals in the presence. And he definitely deals in the presence of a situation of just enough. See you next week at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.